Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. Now, as I announced, today is Darkrai Giratina. A lot of you people were asking for this deck to be reviewed, so here we go. I'm not going to go too much in depth on the list though. I will, however, link to the original creators of this list, the guys over at the Chaos Gym YouTube channel. You should definitely check them out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. These guys created this list and made it, like 3 of them played in the tournament and all 3 made it all the way until top 8. Now that's pretty impressive. Out of over 600 players, that's quite the accomplishment. So you know this is the #1 best list of Darkrai Giratina, no questions asked. Now I only made one switch though. I did take out one Garbodor. They originally had a 2-2 line, and I put in a Pokemon Ranger. Now, one of the decks that actually managed to stop them in their tracks was Vileplume Toolbox, because their only way of dealing with a Regice or with a Jolteon is by KOing it before it attacks, or maybe working around the Lysander, but they literally have no other way to deal with that card. So Pokemon Ranger, I feel like, is going to be really important, moving on to a more like control-based metagame, if you will, where Vileplume Toolbox actually exists. I don't think anyone considered Vileplume Toolbox viable, but we were all proven wrong after it also made, like, 3 of them got all the way up to until top 16, and 1 of them made it to the finals. So definitely something very important to consider now when deck building. So yeah, that's the only change. Aside from that, we have our 3 Darkrai-EX, we have our 2 Giratina-EXs, we have 4 Sycamore, 2 N, 2 Lysander, the Olympia, which was also one of the revelations of the tournament. Like, everybody knew the card existed, but it actually plays out a lot better than you would think so, especially because it does heal damage off of you, so it can potentially turn some 2-hit KOs into 3-hit KOs, or 3-hit KOs into 4-hit KOs, which is obviously very important and very significant. And aside from that, it's all pretty much consistency. 4 Berserker, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Train Snail, 4 Max Elixir, 3 Float Stone, 3 Fighting Fury Belt, 2 Stadiums, 1 Super Rod, and 1 Enhanced Hammer, which could also come in clutch. So a ton of energy to make sure you hit your Max Elixir and you never miss an energy drop. And that's the list. So I didn't make any change. I don't know why it's asking me to save, but let's jump right into the ladder and see how this deck fares. Now, that was a really quick deck review, I know, guys, but you guys, if you really want to know the ins and outs of this deck, check out the description and the link down below. Check out their channel and check out their specific video on the deck, because it's a really good watch, if you will. I've definitely watched it more than once myself. So yeah, now we're up against Silent Rabbit with a potential water type deck. We do go second with an absolutely horrible hand. Absolutely horrible hand. And yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Rabbit does flip over. Wow. A Mega Blastoise Regice deck. And there's Regice, just as I was saying. There's Regice. Regice is definitely something you have to keep in mind. Definitely something you really have to keep in mind. And he recognizes that he's up against such a deck. We have no other choice but to end my opponent, give him a brand new hand, and this has been happening all day, so I'm generally not surprised. Okay, so there's a Max Elixir. I mean, he might not be able to attack with Regice just yet either. He might not run DCs. Yep, there we go. So there's a nice beam. Does get the paralysis as well. And we have to Sycamore away not only our Super Rod, but a Max Elixir and 2 Darkness Energy. And we don't even get a good enough hand. don't even get a good enough follow-up here. Ugh, so frustrating. This is generally really frustrating. Okay, let's limit my opponent's damage output, shall we? Let's do just that. Okay, can we hit? Nope, of course not, Paolo. We just discarded 2 energy. There's 1 in play and you have 1 in your hand. Why would you ever think that you would hit that? Our next 4 cards. Okay, there's the Ranger, but we don't even have we don't even have the Giratina powered up. So Garbodor is not too important here. So I'm gonna discard the Ranger and the Garbodor. I will find, wow, there's 2 Darkrai priced. No, and there's 1 Giratina price. How do you price 3 of yours? Wow. There's more attackers in my prizes than there are in my deck. This is just ridiculous. Okay, there's another Spirit Link. I feel like Giratina is gonna be huge here. There's a Blastoise with Hydro Bombard. And he has a Sycamore, of course. So not only are we struggling, we also help our opponents with our ends. And now that Shaymin is gonna be at 110 damage, at 100 damage, it's at range of the Hydro Bombard from Mega Blastoise. So we were already struggling, and we're just gonna struggle even more. But hey, this happens, I guess. This happens. It's gonna suck. It's going to suck that we're gonna need back-to-back Rangers potentially to KO that Regice. Or I could focus on Darkrai. But I'm gonna have to hit some Max Elixirs here. Yeah, my opponent has both Max Elixir and... Okay. Okay. I guess... I am absolutely clueless here. Yeah, Giratina is my win condition. Giratina is definitely my win condition here, so I'm going to Sycamore here. Still have 3 Verseekers left. There's 1, so now the question is, can I somehow hit a Max Elixir next turn? Nope. I mean, I can't even find a Max Elixir. I can't even find a Max Elixir. So, do I retreat? Or do I just sacrifice this guy? I just sacrifice this guy. Next turn I deal 2, 4, 6, 8, 90 damage. Short on the KO on Shaymin. Short on the KO on Shaymin. He has Rough Seas as well. Ugh. I just need 1 turn though. I generally only need 1 turn. Is he gonna have a Lysander? Okay, he doesn't have a Lysander. Okay. Now I attach an energy here. I Lysander. And if my opponent doesn't have an energy, that would be really good here. Next turn, I do have the KO on Regice through Ranger, so that's really good. And I will have Giratina almost powered up. And without that Regice, my opponent really can't do too much to my Giratina. He does have the energy, but that's okay. Wow. And he has 220 HP. I am 10 short on the KO. Anyways, guys, it's not the list. It's definitely not the list. If you draw the way I draw, it's hard. It's really genuinely hard to get some wins. Now my opponent just went super aggro and he had the energy to retreat, so not much you can do there. Generally not much you can do there. This is so frustrating. Anyways, now we're up against a grass deck. And we're mulliganing twice. Now we're up against a grass deck. Okay, we actually get a pretty decent hand. And I'm gonna start off with Giratina. I'm gonna bench these two guys. I don't know what kind of deck my opponent is using. It might be Mega Venusaur. It might actually be Mega Venusaur. That's a possibility. Like that's the only, or Mega Beedrill. Both of those are the only grass type Pokemon that I feel are viable. But Celebi, and then it could be Mega Rayquaza as well. I guess we're about to find out. Because I did lose. Okay, it's Mega Beedrill. Okay, that's fine. He literally cannot touch Giratina. Literally cannot touch Giratina. So we should be okay here. And yeah, wow, this guy really invests. Okay. So we could actually even... No, we could get a KO. But top decking an energy when you're about to max elixir, that's just like the worst feeling ever. Okay, there's another energy. If we find I'm gonna reduce the damage he deals. Yeah, if we find a Fighting Fury belt, we can KO. And we do find, okay, so we can actually KO here, which is awesome. There's a Darkrai. Now, I definitely want to power up Giratina eventually. I do hit, very fortunate. And I just take my KO here. He might flip heads though. He does flip heads. So I don't get a prize card and he just reshuffles the Shaymin. Okay, he's gonna remove both of my tool cards. But that is okay, I feel like. It's not that big a deal. And well, if he finds a Mega and a Mega Turbo, he could actually paralyze me. But I do have another Float Stone and an Olympia. So no, he's just gonna do the tool removal attack, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I'm gonna touch another Darkness here. I don't want to draw any more cards right now. I mean, I could set up Garbodor, but there's no point. So I'm just gonna be patient, because I want to save the Olympia here. I want to save the Olympia, I want to save the Float Stone, and the Shaymin could give me extra cards. So there's no hurry here. there's a Mega, which does have 200 HP. So we are going to get a KO. I would love though to get a KO through Giratina, because he literally cannot touch Giratina. Okay, there's the Mega Turbo. Understandable on the bench Beedrill. There's another Mega Turbo. Very nice for my opponent. But he doesn't retreat. He chooses not to retreat. Okay. So now, wow, I top deck the one card I actually needed, and I have the Olympia here. So that's really good. And I guess I'm gonna promote Trubbish, and I will attach the Float Stone to the Trubbish. And now I'm going to Shaymin for a few more cards. Fighting Fury Belt is nice. I've already attached an energy. I guess I'll attach the Fighting Fury Belt here once again. Apparently someone just followed me on on Twitch, and there's the Chaos Wheel for the KO. No stadiums, no special energy, and no damage from Mega Pokemon. So we are in a really good position here. We are definitely in a really good position. Okay, he does have the Hex Maniac immediately. Now that's an issue. That's an issue. He had the Hex Maniac right away. Okay. I have bench on our Darkrai. I will attach an energy, and do I definitely need to find an Olympia, or a versus Seeker rather, which I don't find. And I don't want to evolve into Garbodor Pablo. You don't want to do that. I do hit an energy, which is great. I mean, if I can start KOing Beedrills, that's also pretty good. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away these two, and I'm going to find a Giratina so that I can start attaching double Dragon Energy as well. And I have to pass here. Now it's gonna be really hard for him to attack once again. He's used, well, no, never mind. He's used up only 2 Mega Turbos. But can he get an Energy, a Mega Turbo, and a Verse Seeker? Well, there's one. There's one. There's Shaymin for 3 cards, so there is a chance he will get them. There's an Ultra Ball for a potential second Shaymin, maybe. But we do rely heavily on that Trainer's Mail. We do rely heavily on that Trainer's Mail. There's a Spirit Link. There's a Versus Seeker. For a Hex? No, for an N. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. I get an extra card and a potential out to the Verse Seeker. So I'm definitely not gonna complain about that. And we get 2 Versus Seekers actually, which is great. He finds a Mega Turbo. He might end up retreating his Beedrill. No, for some reason he decides to discard all of his energy. So that was a very, very big misplay from my opponent. Very big misplay from my opponent. Now, can I one-hit KO the Beedrill? I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I believe I do. So I'm just gonna count once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy plus the 20 base damage. That should be enough for the KO, if I'm not mistaken here. I'm not wasting my Trainer's Mail, because if he ends, I want to have those as outs after he ends me down to 2 cards, because they can find me Versus Seekers or Versus Seekers, which is what I need mainly to get out of a potential paralysis next turn. But yeah, my opponent misplayed really badly, like really, really badly. My opponent misplayed really badly. Okay. So there's Beedrill. If he removes tool cards, nothing changes, really? Nothing changes at all. Virizion is not a threat either. We do have Lysander in our discard pile, so we can KO that. And my opponent is using an escape rope, so I'll just promote my Float Stone Trubbish. And what's he gonna do now? He has no chance anymore. He literally has no chance anymore here. There's an energy. Doesn't even have a... Well, there's a Mega. Okay, there's a Mega. There's a Super Rod. It's his last card, a Sycamore. No matter what, we win here. We just win outright next turn. Yep, my opponent simply passes. So, let's attach an energy there and let's do maximum damage. Let us do maximum damage. We should see a concession right here. Or, nope, my opponent's just gonna wait it out. And we're gonna deal 230 damage to that Beedrill. With almost all of our energy, all of our darkness energy in play. And there we go. Pretty good, yeah. That's how the deck works. Mega Beedrill is very gimmicky, though. Mega Beedrill is definitely very gimmicky. You can take a look at my opponent's deck. I could open it in Deck Manager, but as you can see, I don't have Mega Beedrill because I don't know why I don't have. Pokemon just refuses to give me Mega Beedrill and Karen for some reason. And since I can't trade from my other account, I can't build that deck. Okay. Hopefully they give it to me soon though. I'm very grateful that they give me this account. It's just that they're only giving me cards from sets. I don't have any like Team Magma, Team Aqua Crisis cards, nor do I have the latest promos, which are relevant. And especially the Baby Majarna as well could be relevant. And now we're up against a Water Psychic type deck. So what's this gonna be? We lose a coin flip. We lose a coin flip. And we start Shaymin. Okay. Wow. I feel like my computer is really starting to slow down a lot. And this shouldn't be happening with a new computer. This generally shouldn't be happening with a new computer. It's dropping down to 20 frames per second. 19 now. Ugh. Okay. My opponent whiffs, so let's see. Okay. We get no information off of that. Could be Mega Blastoise. Could be Mega Gyarados. Could be... I don't know. Ugh, my computer, why is this happening to me? This really shouldn't be happening. The game is slowing down a ton and my computer is slowing down a ton. Encoding overloaded. Yikes. I'm at 74% CPU usage. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the video here, guys. I'll return when I fix this issue, okay? 1 second. Okay, guys, the issue should be fixed by now, and hopefully it's noticeable in the image. It's been a very frustrating hour since I stopped recording, and now my computer just would not cooperate. It simply would not cooperate with me. Okay, so we get an okay-ish hand. We're gonna have to discard a ton of resources off of the Sycamore, but That is okay. And we might be up against a mirror match actually. So let's do this, and let's discard the Sycamore and the first Seeker. I could Hoopa, but do I want to? I'm just gonna go find a Darkrai. I don't want to bench Hoopa if I don't need to. And let's see what this Trainer's Mail gives us. Gives me a Max Elixir, that's very nice, especially if I hit it, which hopefully I will, and I do. So we can start putting pressure with Darkrai potentially next turn. Either the active or the bench, as we do find an energy. That's great. Now I'm gonna bench the Trubbish just in case. We don't know what kind of deck my opponent is using, but that's all I'm gonna do for now. And we are poised for a really good start. The biggest issue is the fact that my opponent has a Trubbish active, so KOing a Trubbish is not ideal unless he benches another Trubbish eventually. And there's a Darkrai, so this might actually be a mirror match. Oh no, whoops. I was looking at my own Darkrai, wow. I apologize for that. And as long as this game lasts like past the first few turns, I'm going to cut the video after this match, because like all the issues have been really frustrating and it's taking a lot of time, and I still have a lot of things to do. Because I am preparing for Sun and Moon, which does get released on Friday, so very excited about that. I'm even considering not doing TCG Pokédex, because I really doubt many people will be wanting to see the TCG, and they'll most likely be all over VGC, or the video game rather, or Sun and Moon. I'm very excited, that's for sure. And okay, this end is fine. My opponent didn't get a very hot start. I didn't get one either though. And it's Fright Night Yveltal. Okay, that could be an issue here. Unless I can find an energy. Like if I top deck a double Dragon Energy. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Can I get a KO here? No, I can't. Because I can't Lysander and Olympia on the same turn. This sucks, because I don't have an energy for my active Pokemon. This really sucks. How do I not have an energy? Never mind. Doesn't even matter. Wow. Oh boy. Those ends to 6 hurt so much. They always end up hurting so much. Okay, that might indicate a potential Ninja Boy in his list. That might indicate Ninja Boy. Okay, there's a Lysander. Yeah, all the advantage I had is now no longer there. It's generally no longer there. That Fright Night Yveltal is really scary. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep, I'm 10 short. Whiffing that Max Elixir was absolutely huge for my opponent. Like the fact that I missed it was huge for him. Okay, there's a Mew. That's interesting. I guess he does get a free retreater. But now we're at the mercy of our top decks. And I hate being at the mercy of our top decks. Okay. We top deck a card that helps me but also helps my opponent. So that's not good. But at least we get some energy into play. So let's use the Trainer's Mail. We do find a Fax Elixir. Max Elixir, not Fax Elixir. Let's see if we hit. Nope. It's just not gonna happen today. Okay, so all the basic, or rather the non-EX attackers, make it be not so bad that he has the Yveltal there. Worst case scenario, he Lysanders and attacks the Giratina. I think that would be worst case scenario. He's going to escape rope. Okay. I'm gonna promote the other Darkrai. If he Lysanders the Giratina, that would be a very big issue. I guess worse would be if he Lysanders the Trubbish, actually. That would actually be worse. But he attaches to Mew. That's interesting in the sense that it doesn't make sense in the long term. He did have the Lysander, but he didn't have the double colorless energy. So that's good. And if we start attacking with Giratina, he will actually not be able to attach double colorless energy by any means. So that's really good. So let's just Chaos Wheel here. There's 100 damage. We do to hit KO. He cannot save this Yveltal. He cannot attach a Fighting Fury Belt. He does attach an energy, so he will deal 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, yep, 14 damage. But that's fine, but not ideal. Okay, let's find Garb. We can't go for Shaymin. Hopefully we find at least one Float Stone here. Hopefully we find at least one Float Stone. We do find one. Well, is that even worth it? Because I think it is. If we lose Giratina, we lose Giratina. It's not that big a deal. It's generally not that big a deal. And if we don't, and I get to use the Olympia, that still doesn't matter because I'm still in range of the Fright Knight Yveltal. So never mind. There's another Fright Knight. He can't attach DC, which is great. He can't attach DC, which is great. Now, I don't have a Lysander, so he will eventually be able to KO this Giratina, most likely next turn. But just in case he can't, I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna take a KO here. So now we're down to 2 prize cards. And I didn't thin out my deck with anything because I want the Ultra Balls to potentially find Shaymin if he does end me right here. And yeah, there's the TCE, not a big issue. Sure, he KOs Giratina. We lose 80 damage in damage output, but we have 5 energy in play. That's 120, and I can attach either another Darkness to the active, or I can simply go for another Giratina and attach the double dragon energy, start powering that up, and get that extra 40 damage which I need to get the KO here. Yep. I actually didn't even need the Giratina, but that's fine. That's generally fine. Puts me closer to KO potential Fighting Fury Belt at Yveltal EX or something like that. I doubt he's gonna have it, but he might. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a victory. So, guys, as I mentioned in the other video, these videos are shorter because of the fact that Sun and Moon is coming out and I need to focus on that. I feel like that might give the channel a very needed boost in terms of growth and health. So I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully I showcased the true power of Darkrai Giratina. This deck is absolutely insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Friday, where we have our Pokedex Pikachu deck. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to leave a like if you can. Let's try and hit 100 likes in this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.